Cup chase. They jump a total of 19 fences. An Unguided Missile sets off in the lead from Senor Bertruti over on the far side. An Unguided Missile, oh, you saw there, he all but went at the first. Made a terrible mistake, and what a remarkable recovery by Paul Carberry on the far side. He lost the reins there. He's got them back now as they come to the second. The open ditch, and a spectacular leap that time by Unguided Missile, and a most remarkable recovery in the early stages of the Martell Cup. So it's Unguided Missile, the leader, from Senor Bertruti, the far side. Simply Dashing is up there as well. Then the grey on the near side, the grey Monk, followed by Doran's Pride. Just behind them is Jeddah on the near side as they come to the third. The leader's got over it okay. Jumping at last of all was Merry Gale, and second last is Escartefigue. They've got two complete circuits ahead of them on the Mildmay course as they race past the judge, and it's Unguided Missile on the outside of Senor Bertruti. They're a length and a half to the grey Monk in third, followed by Simply Dashing, who's racing in the early stages on the inside of Doran's Pride with the noseband right there in the centre. On the left of the picture is Jeddah, followed then by Escartefigue, and at the tail of the field is Merry Gale as they head now towards fence number 4. The leader on the outside fractionally is Unguided Missile from Senor Bertruti, the grey tucked away on the inside second. Another grey third, that's the grey Monk with the red cap. As they come towards the next fence now, the first down the back, they all handle it okay. It's Unguided Missile who shows the way from the grey Monk, and Doran's Pride in the starred jacket. Then in fourth is Jeddah, tucked in behind them, Senor Bertruti, who jumps upsides the leaders there, and a slight mistake by Jeddah, wider out there. He was lucky to survive that, got away with it okay. Continuing their journey down the back now towards the second ditch. An Unguided Missile in the centre, the first to rise, got over it well from the grey Monk on the far side. On the near side is Senor Bertruti, and they're a length and a half clear of Escartefigue. 2 lengths further back then is Doran's Pride as they come to the last one down the back, and another shocking mistake there by Unguided Missile. That's knocked the stuffing right out of him, and another remarkable recovery by Carberry, but this time Unguided Missile has dropped right out of contention to be near enough to last. Racing along the side of the course now towards the cross fence, and it's the grey Monk who's out in front here, and Unguided Missile will be pulled up after that disastrous mistake. Heading towards the cross fence, and the leader here is the grey Monk, the stablemate to Unguided Missile, who takes it up by 3 lengths to Jeddah. Then on the outside is Doran's Pride, on the left of picture, just disappearing there, followed by Jeddah in the centre. Further back in the field is Escartefigue, and they're followed by Simply Dashing, and a gap then to Merry Gale as they straighten up towards the 9th. The leader here is the grey Monk on the far side by 2 lengths. Comes towards it now, jumped it okay. Left in front a long way out, but he's galloping quite boldly. Half a length to Jeddah. 2 lengths away, Doran's Pride for Ireland in third, placing the dual Gold Cup third. Then in fourth, Senor Bertruti. Mighty leap by the leader there. Escartefigue is next. Doran's Pride wasn't that fluent at that, just got into it slightly. They're followed then by Simply Dashing, and Merry Gale is last in the field. Coming up towards the 1, that'll be the last next time round, and the grey Monk shows the way by 3 lengths as they come to the 11th. It's the grey Monk who's nicely clear, comes towards it, jumps it high and well by 3 lengths to Jeddah. Then in third place is Simply Dashing on the inside. They're followed by Doran's Pride, tucked in behind them Senor Bertruti, half a length to Escartefigue, who's being weighted with towards the rear of that main pack, and 2 lengths then to the other Irish runner, Merry Gale. Senor Bertruti losing ground as they round that corner and head towards the back now, and it's the grey Monk out in front by 2 lengths to Simply Dashing on the inside of Jeddah. Starting to move up now is Doran's Pride, followed by Escartefigue, who's smothered up behind them. 2 lengths away, Senor Bertruti, who's feeling the pinch and is passed by Merry Gale. Heading down the back now towards fence number 12, and the leader is the grey Monk on the inside. Fresh from a little bit of a break in training, leads by 2 lengths, comes towards it now and jumped it well. Leader's got over it okay, and second is Simply Dashing, followed by Doran's Pride. Escartefigue is right on their heels now, is going pretty well. Jeddah's still out fairly wide as they come now to the second one down the back and ploughing through that Merry Gale. But as they continue their journey down the back now towards fence number 14, this is the second last ditch, and it's the grey Monk who's out in front, comes towards it now and jumps it well. from in second, Simply Dashing. Escartefigue just got into that slightly. They're followed then by Doran's Pride, who's struggling, passed by Mary Gale, and Senor Albatruti has been pulled up. Last one down the back, and it's the Grey Monk who's still there, but Simply Dashing is looming up. So too is Escartefigue, going well, about 3 or 4 lengths then to Mary Gale. Doran's Pride is struggling as they leave the back now, and they've opened up a big gap over Jetta, who looks like he'll be pulled up as well. As they race across the top of the track now, they come towards the 4th last. It's the Grey Monk on the inside. Simply Dashing is coming there strongly. So too Escartefigue in the centre as they jump 4 out. They're 4 lengths then to Mary Gale, followed by Doran's Pride, who's really struggling. On the corner now, they've got 3 fences left to jump. The Grey Monk out in front here for Brian Harding, leads by a couple of lengths to Escartefigue with a white face, who's looming up as a threat, followed by Simply Dashing, who's back in the fight again. They've kicked away now from Doran's Pride. Coming towards 3 out. The Grey Monk steady there, jumped it well, joined by Escartefigue in the centre. They're followed by Simply Dashing. A long gap then to Doran's Pride and Mary Gale, the only ones continuing. The last ditch, this is 2 out. Escartefigue with a white face looms up now, jumps it well, grabbed again by Simply Dashing. The Grey Monk's run his race. A long gap then to Doran's Pride, who's struggling on from Mary Gale. 1 fence left to jump in the Martell Cup. Simply Dashing on the near side, Escartefigue the far side. There's 6 lengths in front of the Grey Monk. They come towards the last. Escartefigue now is finding a bit extra, comes towards it, jumps it well, lands over at 5 lengths clear. Simply Dashing in second, scrambling over it in third is the Grey Monk. But in the run up to the line, Escartefigue, brilliantly ridden by Richard Johnson, goes on to win the Martell Cup by 7 or 8 lengths. Simply Dashing second, a long gap then of 10 or 12 lengths to the Grey Monk in third. They're followed by Doran's Pride, and the last of the 5 finishers is Mary Gale. The winner is number 2, Escartefigue, owned by Darren Mercer, trained by David Nicholson, and ridden in quite brilliant style by Richard Johnson. Second, number 4, Simply Dashing, owned by Steve Hammond, trained by Tim Easterby, and ridden by Lorcan Wire. And third, number 5, the Grey Monk, owned by Alistair Duff, trained by Gordon Richards, and ridden by Brian Harding. Fourth, Doran's Pride, was gone a long way out, Richard Dunwoody in the saddle, and the only other finisher, number 7, Mary Gale. But the winner, Escartefigue, did it in good style. The other 3 that I didn't mention were all pulled up.
That'll put a smile back on David Nicholson's face. They were all pretty keen to go, Senor Albatruti on the inside, but just heading them now is Unguided Missile, told me, and you know, they're going a steadyish pace.
Yeah, but he just put that on Paul here, and well, he just guessed out there, and he's done wonders. Watch Paul sit here, he's done wonders to stay with him.
No reins. Look, Mum,
Brilliant.
both hands. But that wasn't to be the last mistake that Unguided made.
This is very uncharacteristic for him to be making mistakes like this here. And Paul rightly has pulled him up after this. Look at him there, that's terrible. He's done well again to sit on him again. How the horse has stood up, I don't know. So he's done right to pull him up.
Tremendous horseman, but obviously the horse not on song today. They quickened the pace a little bit, and when it got serious, Escartefigue in Darren Merson's colours, remember, second to Florida Pearl at the Cheltenham Festival, and a less considered Simply Dashing this side, and the Grey Monk now tiring, Tony.
I think the Grey Monk's run a great race. I think he's just blown up. He's given his horse a brilliant ride, Richard Johnson, so he's just getting the lead most of the way. Brilliant.
Yep, just riding out. David Nicholson, this will put a smile back. He had a lean time for a little while. They've been running well, but the winners had just been slightly elusive. In the end, it was probably 10 lengths. Well, here, winning jockey, Richard Johnson, and he really is a force to be reckoned with. Barton Bank won it last year for David Nicholson, who's won it again. It's making his race, this is race. Well, Jim, this was impressive. Gold Cup horse?
I think you'd have to say so, Richard. Yes, a brilliant performance, wasn't it? And also, it does make Florida Pearl a fine advertisement for his merit as well, as far as Gold Cups are concerned. But quite a brilliant